Hello, lovelies. It's Mama G Gear and Mama G here. And yeah, I want to show you some of the stuff I'm working on today. Welcome to any newbies and welcome back the OGs. So I've got the items over here, so I'm going to have to be doing some bending over. The reason I'm doing this is because I didn't really feel like putting any makeup on and I look like holy hallelujah again. So as not to scare all the small school kids that might be watching, I just prefer to put the makeup, the glasses on. All right, anyway. So on a live, I believe it was Dawn Aaron and Ivy B Creates. They had a live a little while ago, and our beautiful, wonderful Ms. C was also on there, and she was talking about doing on Sunday maybe a crochet along to teach us how to do those adorable little sun bunnies and some buddies. So on my own, without a pattern, because as most of you know, I don't know how to read patterns, I started making this. Those are going to be where the eyes are. Those are not the eyes, but I kind of measured it out to where the eyes should go. And I'm to the bottom. And the reason it's not finished on the bottom is because I'm going to get some rocks or something to put so that there's weight. So when he sits, he'll stay up, I hope. Notice I said I hope. And then I made this little thing out of the shiny yarns. And that'll probably be like the nose. That's what I'm figuring. I don't know. So I'm going to try to make one. And I'm using just the Hobie soft stuff. Now the kitten, I gave him a toy to play with. And he would like to play with the tripod. So if you're moving around, that is why. All right, so that's one item that I started. And I will try to continue while I'm holding the tripod because of pain in the butt. All right, this is something else. Oh my God. This, I actually came down to do this video because I ended at the end of the skein. So I said before I attach the next skein, and he's undoing it, I would bring it down and show you. So this is the moss. Go find it. I hear your mother calling. Go. This is the moss stitch, and it's just a small blanket that I'm putting together, and I just noticed that he jumped on it and pulled one of the threads. And I'm making this for Boggy Creek, and I'm using, I went through one already. This is the Caron Jumbo Ombre, which you could read. I didn't need to read it for you, but this colorway is Lake Mist. And there's 555 yards. Now I'm doing the moss stitch, which is basically single crochets, the whole thing. So, and he's back again, just saying. Ow. All right, I tried to give him a bath the other day, just a quick pain in the ass story. I tried to give him a bath the other day, and the first video when we first got Lepithecus, he was really calm, and this one, no. And you probably can't see it, and I won't bother, but on my forearm right here, he bit a hold and lockjawed into my arm there during the attempt to give him a bath. And I sincerely thought that he was going to rip the skin. I thought I was going to have an area with no skin because that's how he was clamped down. So I attempted to take my other hand and go from behind the head, and what you do is you stick your fingers by their jaws, and you do this, it doesn't hurt them. You do this to dislodge their jaws. If you're going to be giving them a pill or whatever, you do that, okay? So it doesn't hurt them. And so I attempted to do that, and in the process, and again, it's healed, but you probably can't see it. He bit through with I have two teeth holes that bit down and bit my finger, which it's feeling better now, but it hurt. I mean, I still was crocheting even though it hurt, because we will crochet through thick and thin. Anyway, yeah, so he did that. So he's not as calm about his baths anymore as he used to be. Anyway, yeah, he's just pain in the ass. All right. So next object, those are my whips. I did do a couple hats. And I'm trying to think if I did any other. I have a couple of the whips. The purple cape is still a whip. It's in the craft room, which I'm trying to reorganize, because in the midst of this, I'm also transferring or transporting yarns that I definitely want to keep, or most likely want to keep. I'm taking them out of my craft room, supply room, and putting them in the Zen den. I bought another little cubicle, and I have a, shelf, and I'm going to put the yarns. I'm taking out the yarns that I most likely want to keep. Not the plain color ones. Those I still have on the wall. I'm just doing like the multicolor and hanks and whatnot. So I'm putting those in there. So the purple cape is sitting in the craft room in a wall unit cubby area with all the yarns. So I will get to that and continue on with that weighted. It's going to be, you have a weight blanket. It's going to be a weight cape, but it'll be warm, I'm sure. Anyway, so that's why I haven't been working on that or showing any progress on that. This, however, is again another blanket for Boggy Creek. This, to me, what I'm seeing looks more purple, where it's more brown. Okay, and this one, actually, yeah, it's kind of a gray. It's really just a big granny square. And then the dimensions that you need for the Boggy Creek blankets are between 35 and 40 inches wide by 40 to 50 inches long. And I didn't want to make it just a 40-inch square. So what I figured I'd do is, once I got to like here, this section, let's get into the camera, coming along the side, I just did a single crochet, but then when I came up to the ends, I did the granny stitch. So I think there's 3 extra granny stitches that I did on both ends. So that gave it more of made it longer, more of a, what's that shape? Rectangle? Yes, it is. All righty. So that's one of them. And I believe this one, okay, hold on a second. I'll be right back. All right, so this is the yarn I did with this one, and this is a 3-weight yarn. I used the mandala bonus, and this is gnome. But what happened, or not what happened, but what transpired is I had a gnome and I had another mandala bonus, but they were similar. So this particular one is, I finished what I had left over from the first bonus cake, and then started with the other bonus cake to finish it. So there is a little bit still left of this. Not enough to make another blanket, but I can maybe throw together some hats or something with it. But what I did with these 2 blankets, I'll show you the other one, is I made them on a 3-weight and a granny square because I wanted them to be lightweight. And here's the other granny square. And again, this is probably the gnome, I don't know, because this is the one I think I worked all the way to the end and then went into the next cake. So those are lightweight because they're 3-weight and a granny stitch. So those are lightweight because these are going to go to Florida. And I believe the kids camp there in the summer. So I wanted to make a couple lightweight ones. Just, some kids some people run a little hotter and don't need maybe a heavier blanket. So that's what they're getting. Where the other one that I was trying to show you, which is underneath it, the moss stitch one, that's with a 4-weight and a single crochet. So that's going to be a heavier, warmer blanket. So I'll make some more of the warm ones too. But another thing that I wanted to show you, I think I just saw, maybe not, thought I saw a stitch marker, is the crocodile stitch. I've also, who did I just watch that made this? I think it's Shannon from another yarn again. I think it was Shannon, where she was calling it the dragon stitch, because it looks like scales. But I did the rainbow colors, and I threw pink, and I did 2 greens, 2 blues, and 2 purples. just so I can make it. This didn't have any reason it has no reason other than I wanted to really try that stitch. And so that's kind of like a swatch, but I could put it as a wall hanging or something. And the last thing I wanted to show you is in the, I always get confused whether it's Hirschner's, no, Kramer. All right, so I have purchased a few of the Kramer mystery boxes, the 10 pounds and the 20 pounds. And they always give you this really gorgeous, usually these colorways, the blue, the ecru, and the red, of some kind of a wool, but it's super soft, very warm. And I have made, because of Ursula from OMG Granny Squares, hi Ursula, if you happen to be watching, love you. I got a piece of fur in my mouth. I did the beautiful sweater that she made. It's a Granny Stitch sweater. And of course hers, definitely check out that tutorial if I can remember to find it and drop it. If not, it's OM Granny Square, and it's Ursula. You all know her and love her. And there is a Granny Stitch sweater that comes down in the front, and it is gorgeous. So I made a couple of those. And I have lots out of this yarn, by the way. That's why I'm bringing it up, because I made them out of this yarn. I did gift one to a friend and kept one for myself, and I made matching hats. And so what I started to do, I was going to make another sweater out of this. So I started the granny, which it's in quarters, but I started the granny and it kept going. Now I had more red than I had of the other two colors. So I did obviously more red. I did, I think, 8 rows of red, 2 of the ecru, and 1 of the blue. And then just continued the pattern to the end. And I really just ended it with a double crochet in every stitch instead of doing the granny stitches as the edging. But this is a quarter of it, so it's a pretty decent size. And you probably couldn't hear me because I was hiding behind the blanket. It's a pretty decent size. And it'll be warm, because even though it's a granny stitch, that's going to be warm because that's wool. So anyway, that's what I've been kind of up to, besides destashing the house. I was really proud of myself yesterday. I don't know if I said it in this video or the other. I did another video just prior, right? I opened some stuff. I don't know what I'm going to drop first, but I've been destashing not only my craft supply room, but I'm also destashing the rest of the house. I'm just, hoarders unite, man. I am just, things I'm not using, they're going somewhere. They're not staying here. They're all being evicted. So a huge garbage bag I cleared out of, in the kitchen, mind you, a junk drawer, utility knives and other accumulated crap underneath my kitchen sink, and one other cabinet. And in just those areas, I had a huge garbage bag full of stuff. And it's stuff I'm never going to use. It's there. I'm like, oh, I might ever, at some point I might want this carry-on water bottle. No, I don't go anywhere. And if I'm going to bring water, I'll figure something out at that time. So anyway, I did a lot of, I'm just going to destash, and I got a lot of knickknacks, and I might, I have a lot of cat knickknacks, so I maybe will put those and wrap those and put them in a box, and maybe, because we have a lot of cat lovers out here, and if you do collect knickknacks, there's knick-knack paddywhack. I might do a thing where, hey, you pay the shipping and I'll mail it to you, kind of a thing. But we'll see. We'll see that if that happens. Hopefully it will. Anyway, I love you guys. We're almost 15 minutes. I'm trying to keep these things short, but I talk too damn much. I will talk to you next time. Have a delicious day, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye for now.